What I really needed was to recreate myself, which means to bring something new into the world that had never existed before.
All right, we're going to have a journey into clarity. I think this world suffers from a clarity deficiency syndrome. What's that? CDS? Everyone wants to do everything. No one wants to be like laser beam clear on what it is the outcome is that they're going to get working with you. So this is going to be a very quick segment on just getting laser beam clear after you've identified who it is you want to work with, and you've done that exercise, hopefully, in your business, or, and it's about cutting away. This again comes down to chopping away parts of the audience until it's so clear and obvious who you can help. It's, there's only a couple things left to do, and then greatness can stem from that. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
No, I think clarity is one of the biggest things. I learned it a couple years ago when I first heard about that. I think it was Rob Dyrdek. He talked about his life, how he made something he loves to do and other things he makes money at. He makes them both kind of clear in what he wants, and he said the biggest thing for him was clarity of seeing what he wants his actual life to look like, so that way he can work backwards from that. Because if you don't even know what your dream life looks like in the end, you can't really get started now. So that's a big one.
Yeah, because people don't know what they want to do. They don't know what they want to have. They don't know what they want to be, and they want to do everything. They want to have everything, and they want to be everything. And our brain gets distracted with all the noise of the world. I just read that there was from the beginning of civilization till the end of 2003, there was 5 exabytes of data.
I don't even know what that is.
That's the biggest byte. That's from the former chairman of Google. So there was 5 of them. It's a trillion kilobytes, whatever, of all data that ever existed. And now that amount of data is created every 2 days. So your brain is getting inundated with messages all day long, trying to recruit you away from your purpose, away from your ideal client, into opportunities, and it's an epidemic. So getting clear is incredibly important. So in your life now, there's things you want to do, because we have to do something every day. There's things you want to have. All right, you do to have, right? And then there's something you want to be as a person and as a company ultimately. So once you get clear on what that is for yourself, what do you want to do? Like I'm doing this show, right? I read books. I love to travel. I love to teach. What do I want to have? I want to have knowledge and abilities to transform so I can be more happy, more healthy, more successful, and more likely to survive. That's a really clear thing. So I've used books, teaching, and travel as things that I value, because I value contribution, I value growth, and I value love. So these are all things that you talk about. So in your own world, Steve, what do you want to do?
Yeah, so another quote I heard that is really simple that I really liked from Casey Neistat on YouTube. He said, "Without a goal, you can't score." And I like that because it's just simply anything you do is like, if you don't have a goal, what are you shooting at? So if you have your goal. So for me, it's I want to help people, and I love training myself. So I like a lifestyle where I can train when I want, when it goes with that. But I also want to help people live better, but also like this, help people get their message out. Because I'm a very expressive person, and it took a long time for me to understand that I like to really share my own message, that I want to help other people that feel the same get their own message out there.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people that are double your age listening that don't really have that clarity. Yeah. And because you sought it out. And so that's what you want to do. What do you want to have?
What do I want to have? I want to have free time. I think we did that exercise. Remember Dare to Lead with the 2 words?
Yeah.
I think mine was freedom and fulfillment. So I want freedom to travel, because I really love, like you say, when you get those experiences. Yeah. I've been lucky enough to travel a lot already, but I would love the freedom to travel and pretty much just be myself, like live a life where I could create what I want, and just explore different things. I like making progress at different things. So if I want to spend time getting better at surfing, for example, I can go do that. But mainly just freedom.
So free time, yeah. That was interesting. What do you want to be?
be? I want to be someone that helps other people be inspired, and I would love to be someone that makes an impact on the world. And that's a kind of vague one, but it's
Right.
something that I keep honing my strengths to figure out what it is that I would help the world get better at. But I think it's something to do with just entertainment or
Yeah.
positivity.
And that's that. You can't do 16 things. You can't
Right.
have 2 million things, and you can't be 10 different people. You got to do 1 or 2 or 3 things, and have 1 or 2 or 3 assets that you can use to bring value to the world to become something beyond what you believe is possible. I mean, that's the whole exercise. So in business, I'll leave with this kind of concept. This is a quick show because it's an easy exercise. This is more internal thinking than listening to me. It's going to be, what do you do for other people? Like, what does your company do? And the framework that we use is I help X, right? Because you have an ideal client in your mind right now, and you should have an idea what that ideal client has for a major problem. So I help X do Y. Y should be the inversion of the problem they have. Like, get out of that problem so they can Z, right? So I help people do this so they have this so they can be Z. So I help X. For me, my ideal client is a financial advisor. Why? Because I know them. They know me. I have brand exposure. I have experience. I have authority. I also know their pain, right? Their pain is they're stuck at home right now and they don't know how to get leads online. So I've created a whole program on how to do that. Like, that's my day job, helping financial advisors find targeted leads online so they can become more happy, healthy, and successful. So I help X. X for me is financial advisors stuck at home without a big Rolodex, right? Some of them have big Rolodexes. What do I help them do? I help them learn a simple way to get targeted leads online, right? That's what they do. What can they have? They can have the ability to get their practice back to capacity and thrive again. It's super clear, right? That message resonates with them because it's a current pain. So for you, I help X is your ideal client,
Right.
and their problem. Do Y. Y is the value of, like, what do you help them do? It's your process, your brand. You know, it's your whatever your product is. It's going to help them get out of pain and help them survive. It's a pro-survival positioning statement, so they can be, and that last part of it is so they can be is the end of the story. Like, everybody has a story, and if you hear, like, their financial advisors are stuck at home, they don't have a big Rolodex, they don't know how to get leads online, so I help them get the leads online, and then what? Well, they can get their practice back to capacity and thrive again. Like, it's the end of the story.
That was a big part that I learned in Donald Miller's book, where it's
Right.
like you walk them through the creek. It was like,
Right.
even though you're telling them what you're giving them, they need to know, like, what the actual end goal will be so they can see it all the way through. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars doesn't end if he blows up the Death Star, and you don't see him getting his award and his recognition. You know, that's the hero coming home. To speak to the last part of the book. So in the story Brand with Donald Miller, he says you have a hero that has a problem, that meets a guide, that gives them a plan, that calls them to action, that avoids tragedy and gains success. You know, the happy ever after success. That's the loop in here. But getting clear for yourself, the exercise here is, number one, what do you want to do under 2 things? If you had to narrow it down to 1 thing, what do you want to have in doing that? And what do you want to become if you're successful? Do, have, be. And then for you, what does your company do? I help X do Y so they can Z. What's the exact value of X? What's the exact value of Y? What's the exact value of Z? And there you go. And you have the framework for clarity. We get, here's a 15-minute, perhaps, show on clarity, and we're done.